Hey, I'm Julia Lopez, communication architect, international speaker, author of Leading in High Heels, and your host. Welcome to Brave, Bold, and Brilliant podcast. Together with my guests, I will share with you inspiring stories where being brave and bold were the trigger to becoming brilliant. For the past decade, I've been helping professionals to express themselves with clarity and confidence in any stage and arena of their lives. Communication is key to success, and stories have the potential to transform lives and move people into action. There is someone, somewhere, who needs to hear exactly what you have to say. Be brave, bold, and brilliant, and speak up unapologetically. My guest today, Nahia Orduña, is an award-winning expert with over 15 years' experience in international IT and tech companies. Her ideas about digital disruption, digital skills, and future of work have been published in the World Economic Forum agenda, and she is the author of Your Digital Reinvention. Welcome to Brave, Bold, and Brilliant, Nahia, and I'm looking forward to hear your stories. It's my pleasure to have you here with me today, Nahia. And I'm going to go straight to the point because I know you are a woman who is straight to the point. And I want to know what has been your brave action in your life.
Brave action. So thank you very much. An honor to be here. And let's start talking about being brave. So I'm going to share an anecdote about what I felt it was like a brave moment in my life. And to give a bit of context, I have two daughters. When I had my first daughter, I spent a lot of energy, like justifying why I wanted to keep learning and growing in my job, in my career. We're like, you have a daughter. Why are you looking for new trainings and ways to evolve in your career? So then I became, in that moment, more aware that there are many, many women slowly giving up their career because of motherhood or having problems coming back to work after a break. And not only women. So I also noticed how other older colleagues, for example, male or female, they were struggling to find opportunities after a certain age for a variety of reasons. Or that some people with less technical experience were also seeing their jobs becoming less strategic. So then after 2 years and my second daughter, I decided to refocus all this energy that I was spending justifying my choices. And I said, I'm going to use this energy to guide people to pursue careers, to find their place in the digital workplace, no matter their gender, age, background, career experience, because I think we need the talent of everybody. The world will be a better place if we all use our talents, right? So then I thought I decided to become like an advocate to help people to gain digital skills. And why I'm talking that this was brave, because for me, until now, I was really not exposing myself. So, and that was requiring me a lot of courage. So speaking openly, when you speak like this, like I'm doing right now in this podcast, it also makes you feel vulnerable, right? Because when you expose your thoughts, or of course you are opening yourself about what you think about the topic, you can be criticized, you can be challenged, you can think, in the beginning I was thinking, what will my friends think about me? What will my colleagues think about me? What people will think, why is he talking? Why is he the expert on this? Why is he talking? So it required me a lot of courage.
Yes, and what you touched at a very important point there, because the more you do, the more you expose yourself in a way or another, and the expectations of others about you are higher, but also again, as their expectation might be not aligned with what you want to share with the world, and is when the situation can become a bit challenging and sometimes even uncomfortable, but
Yeah, there
it's
could be some
important.
misunderstandings, and then you have to justify yourself, or people could criticize you, and it's like, no, I didn't mean to say that. Exactly. Yeah.
And for women, what you said there, and the fact of being the motherhood, it plays a big role. And when you said, I spent energy justifying that I
Exactly.
still wanted to keep working, even if I was a mother. But good on you that you just did what you have to do
That was
and
brave. That was
took
brave.
the step. And now, well, I know you are a bold person, but I believe in this process, you had to do some bold steps to step up and then go there and share and even persuade these people to believe that they can do something or engage in the digital environment, which for some people look like Chinese.
Exactly. So if I will think what were like the bold moves, well, first I became part of an organization, Women in Big Data. It had started in Silicon Valley, but it was like expanding. And my knowledge, I had done like an MBA with a thesis in big data. So I thought, okay, what a great way to bring like diversity to this big data field. And also because there are so many good career opportunities that I was thinking, I'm going to bring women to this because they will get like better jobs. They will be more encouraged to keep working. And we need, as I say, we need the talents. We need everybody, the talent of everybody, right? So I started like, I was like joining up with a great team. and then we were like, started organizing events in Munich that we still do. And we have seen like many people that have been like inspired in these events and got to start doing some trainings on data science, or not if they don't have this technical background, there may be somebody that knows a lot about marketing and then started evolving into a digital marketing career. So we are seeing like, look at your own background and find your way in the digital. Then because I also started thinking like, okay, I'm going to participate more in conferences and talking about what I know. And I started sharing my thoughts publicly. I started using LinkedIn. So I started like, okay, I'm going to start writing articles in LinkedIn to help the people to get digital skills, which was also like, the first time you press publish, you feel like, okay, now everybody's going to criticize what I'm writing. But I was like, I have to do it. So I was putting every 2 weeks, Nahia, write an article in LinkedIn. I started like this, and that was like in the beginning of 2019. And I ended up, evolving and getting more experience, like meeting more people. And I've been ending up being keynote speaker in big events, or sharing my thoughts in the World Economic Forum or that. So I was just like more like, which bold moves can I do? Where can I take some risk to become this advocate of the digital reinvention?
I find it's amazing that you took that step, because my call here for the ladies out there, this is what I keep preaching, that your voice is needed, because when you go out there, you become a voice for many that don't dare, or for any reason can't be there, exposed and say it. And you use the platform. You realize that you were very shy at the beginning because you told me that, but now you are
now I don't
everywhere.
care. Now it's a moment that the people like, how do you do? And I'm like, now I don't know, it's the age or that I do it more times, but I don't care. I have my goal, I have my ambition, and because you realize you end up impacting people, which is the best thing that can happen. So if there are people that don't like it, it's like, but don't listen to me. So it's fine.
Exactly. There are always going to be people that don't like it, but that's the call here. That's the call for all the women out there, women and men. But I go for the women, because it's still statistics say that there's still 3 men for every woman on stage. So we have to bring this diversity and more balance to stage as well. So I'm happy that you use this stage to spread your thoughts and fulfill your mission and impact the lives of many out there. Now, brilliant. What made all of this brilliant?
Well, I mean, for me, that the fact that I took the courage to start sharing, and was like doing these bold moves of I start writing articles, I start talking, speaking up, I join an organization, I start hosting events. So why I think it's like a brilliant idea. I want to do that. Is like, first of all, I've learned so much. So the more you share, because when you are sharing, you prepare yourself for sharing, you get informed, you get challenged, and so on. So now I have such a much better understanding. But definitely what for me has been more brilliant of all this is like the people I met on the way. So I really have met very, very brilliant people, and I have learned so much from them, and I have now new connections that are so inspiring and positive and so on. So when you start going into this, you really meet exceptional people. And this all has, I think, helped me to be like a better version of myself. So I think if I would have like continued, I wouldn't have learned so much. I wouldn't have been so inspired, positive. I mean, these things like, so as you see, I mean, they make me quite happy and like fulfilled. So I really encourage everybody. And now I even like this month I published my first book. It's just like the end of like well, the end of, well, it's a new beginning, but I thought like thinking big, like how can I continue this journey? And then I thought like seeing what was happening with the current crisis and people losing the jobs, but in fact we need more people with digital skills. I wrote a book, Your Digital Reinvention, and there I had a lot of tricks, well, not only from me, from brilliant people I interview, and I'm quite. It has been like quite a milestone for me. So who would have told me that like 3 years ago when I started? So it's all quite positive, and I'm very happy to share the journey.
And is you reverse the fear at the beginning to something, yeah. Face and rise, and that is amazing, because now you saw that's not only using the stage to share your ideas, but you really impacting others. And that is our call here for everybody who's out there, especially in this moment. Someone told me something the other day, and I share here because it impacted me. What this person said is like, the companies need now people who go there to share stories that bring people together, even when they are feeling apart. Because this moment right now, we are all polarized and it's very difficult, and we have to bring this togetherness. And I'm so happy that you're there with all your energy, because we can feel it from here. And to wrap up, what would be your last saying to the community on those terms?
So, especially thinking of the contents and the moment as we are living it now, I will think first, I will advise everybody to find your passion, reinvent yourself, make the best out of what all the possibilities that give us the digital world. Like now we are doing a podcast. You are at home, I guess. You're at home. I am definitely at home, and we can share worldwide our words here with people who are on the other side of the world. So use that. And I think it's more important than ever in this crisis that each person, each of us, we have this sharing mindset, and we help people with what we know. There are a lot of people there who need help. And I mean, I myself, I also need help. We all need help from each other. So the same as I am also like reading what other people are sharing and learning from them, do the best. And I recommend everybody, like as Tulia says, like be brave, be bold, share what you know, and help people with tricks that you learn, because having this sharing mindset is going to help like our whole society, our organizations, or where you work, and the people around you, and ultimately you as well. When you share a lot, you get as much. And just like as a very last comment, when I'm talking about sharing, just as you know, I'm talking about sharing knowledge. So this is not about just sharing nothing like a vanity exercise. I share and I want a lot of likes. So what I always recognize is like, share what you think that your audience should learn, like some topic of your expertise through you, and make these people feel inspired, like that they know that they can do that. You did your journey, they can do that journey. I think that's also very important, because you don't want to get anybody like frustrated or feel negative about your topic. You want the opposite. Keep in mind that sharing is bringing the people together and helping the people to facilitate their journey, like the same that you've done it, helping them to join that journey.
Oh, that's awesome. And I'm a believer of sharing as well, and collaborations, because I think that together we expand, and sharing from the heart is you receive back in double. It's the universe is abundant. Right? Nahia, it has been a pleasure being with you. I know this has been short, and I tell you people, this has been short because you're such a busy lady, and for me was like I had to get you in this short moment, and I'm very happy that you gave this time to all of us. And keep being brave, bold, and showing your brilliance.
And you as well. Thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to hearing the rest of the podcast. Thank you very much, Tulia.
Take care.
Bye, bye, bye.
That's all for today. I hope you got inspired to raise your game and be brave, bold, and brilliant. Make sure you listen to my other podcasts. Stories are great sources of inspiration and transformation. Subscribe. Remember, there is someone somewhere who needs to hear exactly what I shared with you here today. Be generous and spread the word. Give your feedback and help grow this awesome community. Until then, be brave, bold, and brilliant, and speak up unapologetically.